Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Yeah, I know. Because I can't get right. This is cutthroat. This burns as words pop from a snub nose. This Kurt Metzger and not give a fuck mode. Because I can't get right. Because I can't get right. Yeah, you're listening to Can't Get Right.
Woo! In studio!
Yeah. Oh,
New York!
That's how I should be starting these.
Yeah!
I start every episode with, is it on now?
That's how you get the TikTok clip.
I don't, man. Anyway, this Can't Get Right with me, Kurt Metzger. And I'm in New York to do a show tonight, which I guess it'll be done by the time this is on.
Unless they're listening live. Are you recording live?
And we are not.
Can we get a real network that has that kind of capability?
Well, you got to set it
Kurt, I'll tell you what. Me and you will post a photo. Just sort of blow up the internet.
Yeah, how though? A photo of what?
Are you ready to wreck the internet? Ryan Long, Kurt Metzger in person.
That's
calling Ubers immediately.
how do you know about how to do these kind of marketing? That sounds like great internet marketing.
You never heard that phrase? It'll be, it's not even wreck the internet. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's not.
Break the internet?
Break the internet. See, that's how much I know it. But it's kind of like, imagine,
Yeah, what breaks
two
it?
big celebrities from different walks of life. Like, imagine Kanye West and Conor McGregor post a photo together. Break the internet from everyone.
Can I ask a question? Has James Corden ever broken it with?
Well, he sat on the internet once, and I believe that did some structural damage to the internet.
James Corden did structural damage to the internet.
Yeah, they had to reinforce the borders of the internet after he took a little breather from his dance routines by sitting on the hard drive of the internet.
Okay, wait, yeah, because I can't think of a better way to start anything than trashing James Corden. And this is Ryan Long, by the way, that I should introduce before we got
Whoa!
And,
dude, the in-person edition, I'm hyped.
Yeah, I rarely do it in person because I'm usually doing it in my apartment.
I know.
With a green screen of, I have a few different ones.
The green screen's nice, but that's the one you're missing your main benefit of potentially doing Gas Digital.
It is probably one of the main. It is a great. Well, during COVID though, I mean, Bobby almost died and wasn't able to get ivermectin politically. He told me. Wait. So, hold on. I don't want to lose the thing we were talking about. Oh, James Corden. Fuck. Okay.
Hot.
So the last I've seen of James Corden, because you remember?
Do you know him?
No, I know people who know him.
Okay.
Never heard a good word about him. Not one of them. None of them are like, oh, he's great.
Yeah.
It's like, because first of all, okay, imagine, this is why I'm fascinated with Chat. Like, imagine what it takes to be that guy, to be that much of a fucking, like, massive.
Talented lip singer.
Oh, you think he's lip syncing? You don't think he's singing? Do you think he's lip syncing?
Oh, does he sing? I don't know. I'm just, maybe I'm messing up the reference.
It's not that he's a good singer.
He does karaoke, that's his thing?
Okay, he came from a show called Gavin and Stacey. Did you ever hear that?
Yeah, I knew that part.
Do you guys know what Gavin and Stacey is? Okay, can you put a Gavin and Stacey, like a best of compilation, or like funniest? I'd be curious.
Does he come in and he's always just like sort of dripping cum at the mouth, like, I've done it again?
I asked a British friend, who's about to explain it to me. He goes, okay, so he's on this show, Gavin and Stacey, and his face just darkened as he said this. Yeah. This guy knows like a funny ass writer, and
he goes, that show.
So I tried. So it's Welsh, I guess. I don't know if that helps explain what you're going to see, but when you watch it, you go,
they Welshed on putting comedy in.
Think of the worst fucking corny twat American shit you can think of, like, and by that I mean you would go to the Today Show to hold up a sign, outside the window, kind of like, not like mentally officially disabled, but like you gotta be not far, okay, because they just like it, and like I just wonder, like, who the fuck digests this shit, right? The British version,
it has to be olds.
So you don't see the British version, because British stuff comes here, a lot of it. It's stuff that like our elites saw first, and it is probably usually better stuff or stuff that'll translate well. Gavin and Stacey never came here, okay?
Oh, right. They were like, it's a hit show here. Do you want to break into America? They go, yeah, this is...
Dude.
This is more of a Welsh prodigy.
that's a good... If it was like... So the English version of American like ultimate crap is so much worse than the American ultimate.
A lot of puns.
It's like, imagine like just, but like with not enough black people influence to like tone down the ultimate whiteness of the, do you know what I mean? Like a really real, like, oh my, if you've been to England, right?
Wait, how would you compare it to like Big Bang Theory and the?
Well, I just thought Big Bang Theory was like the dumbass version of IT Crowd, kind of, right? Weren't they trying to make it like that?
Big Bang Theory is like the last, and maybe there's others, but classic sitcom, like fucking laugh track, the whole 9 yards. That
do not watch Nick Kids because there's a lot of great stuff coming out of there. A lot of great foot related.
I watch
comedies.
Nick Kids, but I do watch it with volume off, just rub a quick one out before I hit the pizza shop for the main course.
Okay, I'm not describing this well, but you have the clip. Because you just have to see it. Because this is a comedy. This is a very popular, like Friends or something.
Mister, you got to hold and give, but do it at the right time. You can be slow or fast, but you must get to the line. They'll always hit you and hurt you. Defend and attack. There's only one way to beat them, and that's around the back. So catch me if you can, cause I'm the England man. But in the foot, what is it? What is it?
Dude, look at, wait.
You know it can't go wrong, say it forever.
Okay, so you see what I was trying to get at.
You think a team of people?
This is one of the best. This is one of the best moments of the show, right?
That's
most viewed clips.
This is
that's
why
everyone goes. You remember? That's the quotable.
So I'm like, so what is James Corden? So he's like a fat guy that sings whatever the crappiest pop crap horseshit, right?
What's with the same? It's
He's
just
like
a gay. He's a gay
ultimate-
queen, right?
He's not gay. He's married. He's the ultimate.
What?
Yeah, he's the living
He's
embodiment.
not gay,
No, you thought he was gay?
dude. I saw him recently at a gay rally, and he was dancing, going like,
Well, I do want to get to that. Okay, is
you
there
know
any-
that video.
Wait, is there any more of Gavin and Stacey that
They love dancing now. There was a Colbert clip. All the celebrities love dancing now.
Colbert is transforming into him?
Yeah, they're all turning into Ellen because they go, well, we can't, the Trump
We're
thing's
the
not hitting.
Yeah, the Ellens who are nice. Ellen can still do. I watched her special, the one that the newer one that came out,
Right.
and the special. I was like, oh, this is good. She used to be great, like stand up. I never heard comics ever like Ellen DeGeneres. Like people I wouldn't expect will remember Ellen DeGeneres sets. So when she got into when she got into dancing and all that shit that's daytime, can you say retarded on the Gas Digital Network? I don't know what the right word
is. That offensive to the people involved with the network?
It's just
It's kind of like when you don't want to make a Jew joke when the guy who runs the team.
Look, yeah, I don't want to. This studio is so nice. I don't want to drag down the fine reputation of this organization by saying the word retarded, and I mean that because I've seen Lewis have to apologize to two different mentally challenged athletes.
Hey, take the helmet off. I'm so sorry.
Well, he's close with them now. They talk at Christmas and shit.
There you go.
So look, this is how low class people. It's a really quite beautiful if you give it a chance. But anyway, who was I saying? Oh, so that like daytime Ellen dancing shit. That's like if your brain is it's like retarded. Not exactly, but that's why if she's not nice, like as a comic, if you just knew her from her stand up and you're like, oh, they say she's mean, I'd be like, oh yeah, I see that. Like she's funny. She like probably funny, but because she had the crowd of these like slowpokes, right? That they're like, oh, do you think she's nice? Do you think Ellen's nice? And
because they're dancing at home thinking they're dancing with her, and then it's my mom. My mom she buys into all the stuff. She used to always be like, I can't watch this guy. He cheated on his wife, for example, right? She goes, I can't watch this guy. He got in a rant. Over the last few years, she had to check out. She goes, my stepdad goes, we can't watch anything.
Yeah, right.
She goes, there's nothing left for us to watch.
She's religious or
no, she's not religious. She's just like a very spiritual woman, right? So if they go, oh, she saw you a clip of you talking to your kid and you were like mean to him. She goes, I can't watch that. He gives me a bad vibe. Like that's the kind of thing, right? But she's
like the original podcast fan. Where they're like, it's not the content. That's like I want to hang out with your life.
That's correct. Yeah, she's very like that. She's watching a cop show and she's thinking about how this guy treats his wife in real life. And her fans is the opposite too. She buys into all the things. She goes, no, I saw a video with this guy when his wife, and he just felt like he loved her so much. So she'll watch this guy's entire collection.
I think everything is designed around that kind of mindset.
Yeah. Clearly. Well, that's these things. Like Alan Corden. You know, Corden, for example, you know, it's this guy it's guy shit. He's the type of guy you can have a beer with. We all know that.
No, that's the thing.
No, obviously.
Wow. I really went right over my dumb head. So
you just have a fucking brew with Corden, you're going to get spilled all over you while he's dancing.
Play more of the clip because I was really trying to understand because that's what he was discovered by who was it, Les Moonves before he got run out of the company.
Watching this and going, this is a...
Okay, so I'm just like, okay, what is his character? I'm like, it's not like...
We got so far. We have lamb pasanda, beef madras, chicken jalfrezi, no tomatoes.
He's coming and dancing.
King prawn baldy. Hello, Smithy.
Bonjour, mes amis. Comment allez-vous? Je m'appelle Smith A.
What's that, French?
Your instincts serve you well, Peter, or should I say Pierre?
What you going on about? What's with the lingo?
Lucy's got a pen friendo from the door dying. Can't speak a word of English, so I'm just throwing it in whenever I can. Or in other words, Dawn, quelle est la date ton anniversaire?
Well, we're getting an Indian. What do you fancy?
Chicken boona, lamb boona, prawn boona, mushroom rice, bag of chips, keema naan, and 9 poppadoms.
I'm just going to stick it on the table, you know.
Whoa, right. Okay. What is it about a group of people ordering an Indian or a Chinese or something that is somehow unexpectable to eat your own food that you order yourself? Like, why are we all just...
Well, because it's nice.
No, it's not. Not for me, because I can guarantee someone, probably Stacey, will have ordered a korma. Am I wrong? Mick, am I wrong?
No, she has actually.
Exactly, right? And in my book, a korma is pointless. It's futile. I won't touch it. But
he's not the worst actor.
Pete's already eyeing up my booners.
He is a good actor.
Yeah. Like, I mean, from a casting perspective, I'm just like, yeah, he's a pretty good actor.
I'm just saying, what is the character here that's like, this is like the beloved fucking wacky guy. Like your David Spade from your Just Shoot Me.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, he's the heart and soul of the goddamn show.
He is. He isn't he? I thought he is.
His acting is actually very good. I'm not taking anything. That's a good point.
No, but was he the star or was he Jim? Or was
he's the fucking Kramer or the whoever.
He was the Kramer, yes, the wacky neighbor.
So you're like, okay, what's this wacky guy's thing? So he's two. One, he starts a lot of sing-alongs.
Yeah.
And then two, he's
some new thing he's into. He's always into some new thing.
Here's what I know about his character now. He likes to sing a lot, and also he wants his own Indian food and not have to share it with anyone. Yeah. Like, this guy sounds awesome. He sings a lot too. So, yeah. Wait, play the next thing, because you start to see like I wonder what the fuck this show was. I think I could sit and watch like 3 episodes and not be able to tell you anything. Like, what is going? So this is okay. Just play it.
And in my book, a korma is pointless. It's futile. I won't touch it. But I can guarantee that Pete's already eyeing up my booners. Am I wrong?
Oh, this is some...
Booners. You want a booner? Order a booner. That's why I've ordered 2 booners. No, I've had enough of it. It was the same last week. I went for a Chinese with Chinese's missus. They're all dipping into mine going, oh, yours is really nice. I'm like, yes, it is. That's why I ordered it. In fact, forget it. I want no part of it. I'll order my own. I'll eat it in the car. I'm out.
He's in and out. Yeah.
He gets really emotional about food. Just like, who wrote this thing? And like, who? Like, this is supposed to be like...
You're fired up about Gordon.
I just like want to get my head around... Okay, so that's probably how he got picked out, because he was a good actor. But he's like...
I mean, you don't even have to be a good actor to be a guy in a show that becomes the hit show, and you're sort of the funny guy.
He's more than a good actor, dude. He's like the living embodiment of the consumer of all this horse shit.
Yeah.
He's fucking fat and emotional, and he sings all the dum-dum songs.
Right when they were like, hey, we don't want guys to be manly anymore, he was like, yes, please.
Well, that's where... So you find all kinds of hilarious stories about him. There's always like things about, who was the cool celebrity you met and who was a dick.
Yeah.
So, some of them sound like, and he wouldn't take a picture. All right. But this is what this person said. They're on a plane, okay? They see James Corden, okay? And there's a woman next to him with a baby that like they sit next to him, and he looks like upset. And he's like, oh. And then like he put his headphones on, just listen to music, for like the whole flight. And at the end of the flight, he was like, yeah, that's kind of dickish, like it's he's got a baby. Like, it just looked like weird that he'd be huffy about. So then at the end, everybody's getting their shit, and then the one with the baby is like, can you at least take the bags? And the person realizes that's James Corden's wife and child.
Dude, my mom would not be watching Corden after that story.
No, she wouldn't. That's what brings down Ellen. Because Ellen
He's
so
got all
sick
this
of her
shit, eh?
Like, he's such a construct of horseshit. So, and the other one was somebody asked him not to. The dude that told me this, really fucking funny guy too. From I guess I shouldn't say who he is, but and he has like he's like some working class background where it extra riles him, this story. But I guess he got in a limo. This dude,
Cordon.
Is it Corden or Cordon?
Yeah, he influenced my comedy. That bit where you pretend to say things French infected me, and now I'm doing it on the podcast.
Oh, that's really you know what? He's got a lot of talent. So he is eating some kind of sandwich, some mayonnaise sandwich, and the guy, I don't know if the guy said like not to get it, like, oh, just don't get that on the seat or something like that.
In the limo.
Yeah, or the town car.
Fancy car.
He took his fucking sandwich and smeared it all over the.
Stop it.
Yeah, he fucking
like fuck you, limo. Driver.
Yeah.
You thought you'd tell the great James Corden what to do?
Somebody told me that, and then nobody like refuted it, because it's a very small world of people from I don't know if you know any of these British, but they all fucking know each other, and so that's the two things now those could just be fucking stories. One's
the second one's insane.
I know.
That's a meltdown.
The Reddit one sounds more believable than the one that was told to me by someone.
Right.
Yeah.
First one sounds very believable.
But the point is, let's say none of them are true. Obviously, I just like the idea, like, oh, they're probably so nice. Like, oh, they sing in the car. People are always blown away when these guys are not. Ellen's not always dancing.
See, Ellen, you have to separate them too, because the Ellen one is like, this is a cutthroat. I put her in the category of, I'm like cutthroat champions mentality. Like, I don't have tolerance for low level work. It's like, we're trying to make the best of the best, right?
Right.
So when you're running a production, I mean, I've run productions, and it's like, when you're running the thing, that's just, it's impossible it's very hard.
I take it with a grain of that 100%.
You know what I mean?
But
the other stuff, that to me reeks of, I was a loser growing up.
No, I think he was what they would call a posh kid,
Yeah, but he couldn't have been the cool posh kid.
Like I said, it's like...
Oh, you're saying he went to drama school and he was the man of the times then.
Yeah, like all these people, like, come over there, like, they're like kind of like rich kids, like...
Right.
All the ones I met, I didn't mean a broke.
But you don't think there's some element of a guy like James Corden wasn't really crushing pussy growing up, then he became big and famous, and now he's, taking revenge on everyone for being a dick?
He seems like an upper class spoiled kid, like, not
but those
super
guys
high class, but like,
yeah,
whatever that...
So had the other power, but then you had the social power he never had.
Yeah. All right. So, because the reason I was showing those Gavin and Stacey clips, and you're right, because I was purely going to trash him. He was a great actor. You can't take your eyes off his fucking.
Yeah, there's certain people that just have like I don't know even what the quality would be, where it's presence. Maybe is a good way to put it.
Yeah. Yes, he's an enormous. Okay, so that's a good place to show the video that you were talking about with him dancing.
That video is.
Do you know what that is? You guys, the most recent.
There was a week where every day there was a video of a new late night show host dancing, and it was right after Trump got out, and it was kind of like, what are these guys gonna do? And then every day it was Colbert being like, boom.
I like the thing when we should look at.
They're trying to be quirky again.
Like, oh my god, dude! I watch this shit. Like, yeah, that's the other reason James Corden applies. He's like a great corporate fucking, like, hood ornament. So so that's like Colbert and all of them. And if you notice, all this shit that's like the official, like, I don't know if you call it mainstream, but it's like the, old legacy,
corporate
legacy kind of shit.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
With all of those dudes, you could see that they wanted to be like a quirky guy, but they're also
they want to be prom queen, dude.
They
want to be prom queen.
Yeah. So then when they told them, hey, if you want to be the prom queen, this is what you have to do to get with the program. Then they got with the program, but what they don't tell you is,
okay, Now I remember what I was talking about.
Here we go. Rev it up.
The program. So I noticed this first when that Bill Nye the Science Guy show came out.
He's so them. Oh,
but he's a founding
same
block
guy.
of. So I don't have anything about whatever his feelings on climate change. Like I have nothing where I'm like.
No, he's just a dork.
But no, the thing that makes me laugh is like he's not a scientist. He's a science guy. He didn't say he was a scientist.
Yeah.
He's a comic. Did you know that?
I didn't say I'm wearing a condom. I said I'm a condom guy. Like in general, I like them. I support their existence. Oh my God, you thought that I...
So if you watch the show, dude, it's like, you watch like, who the fuck is this for? Like, it's not a kid...
No, it's an adult show. It's for
an
people
adult
that
show,
used
but
to
it's-
like Bill Nye.
Yeah, so you're grown up now, and now he's still doing it as a kid thing. It's like some kind of like new generation of people like Star Wars or something where they're like immature, but like, so there's this like trend of the comedy is talking, oh, they're dancing. Like Stephen Colbert had his vaccine fucking promo where he's singing the Proclaimers. Like
Who did that?
Colbert, and there's dancing.
Again, I would walk 500 miles to get the vaccine.
I don't know.
Is that where they're going with this?
I thought like that is, you know what? We put Stephen Colbert vaccine. I'm curious because I'm like, then you'll know like if it's like a robot writing the material or
I fucking hope to God it's an I would walk 500 miles.
He has needles. So I mean that's like an important thing. Like you know this is like really important. They're saying it to you in the dumbest and that's what people they're like I don't want like laugh, dude. We think of Norm Macdonald, the amount of awesome like. I've been watching somebody has compilations of him. I'm Not Norm is the channel.
That channel's great. I think it's him. I think I heard that was his son.
And they're all like categorized in the most problematic of ways.
Yeah.
Whoever makes the site's awesome. I'm Not Norm because they catalog all these things like
Norm on black people.
Dude, every possible rule that you could break about anything, okay, which fundamentally like that like cuz we're all like I don't know, children. But he's like such the class clown. Norm's like such the fucking everything that comedy's about. I met that guy one time because Adam introduced me, which I'm like so happy he did. And he immediately was like a guy like a high school, like you'll get in trouble. He's immediately like that guy. And all his jokes he tells are like that. And then like, you know, if you have any sense and when he'll just like throw in like some like amazing like poetic thing like he goes on about how dumb he is and he puts in like and he'll just throw in a little profound thing here and there and the rest is all like like it's exactly
who threw the eraser.
So anybody that doesn't get that, who the fuck, somebody tweeted some joke about their boyfriend made them watch Norm Macdonald. Like what fucking bitch. I would break up with a girl who didn't. I have never and I would never have my dick anywhere near some girl. Like, is that a boy thing? Norm Macdonald? Like, that's a loathsome.
I made the chick that I'm dating watch old. I can't remember. Who's the guy who was the biggest guy in the world? Dane Cook. Old Dane Cook when he was old, like the original.
Yeah.
I'm a snake and stuff. She was like, what is this?
She didn't like any of it?
She was so confused. She goes, what the fuck is this?
That was her exact demographic. That was his demographic too at the time.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Dane, by the way, I want to just say Dane Cook is a master of everything compared to the horseshit. You all did not appreciate, because I saw him destroy it live every time he went on. And it's unbelievable.
No, I wasn't against him.
Well, Patrice had the best thing of Dane Cook because he's like, it's not like, because Dane's like funny, you know, like he'll say funny things. He goes, but like all your specials are like relentless, like all his specials, he's like, you should have like a sword.
Right.
They were all like, do you remember what his fucking specials were called? They were crazy. Well, first play is Stephen Colbert telling us to get vaccinated.
He has Vicious Circle, Retaliation, and those are the two big ones.
And then he goes, all you just spell a name like that, and then it's like jokes about drinking jelly. Like,
yeah.
He's like, I like it. Drinking jelly is funny shit, but like, why? All right, this Stephen Colbert thing. So that Dane Cook, people who would look, it became cool to really trash him after. Not Louis. Adam McKay and Step Brothers That's like, babe, we got Dane Cook tickets. And it was like some cultural.
It was like a dorky thing for the guy to be into.
Yeah, dude. That's the ultimate.
It was a douchebag thing to like.
That's right. And then that was like everybody's getting all Tumblr. So Stephen Colbert, by the way, where do you know him from? I remember him first from fucking Strangers with Candy.
Yeah, Strangers with Candy.
Which is hysterical.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the Colbert Show was good too. Like
I like that better than the Daily Show, the Colbert Show. Daily Show, I would be like, all right, it's like too cute now. But anyway, so look at Colbert. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is James Corden walk? Wait, I'm not looking for this one. Yeah, don't.
So that's the 500 miles.
I'm talking about Stephen Colbert vaccination, and it's animated needles. And but like that's such an important kind of like thing, you know, that to have someone sing it like that, like what age is watching Stephen Colbert? And they're like, oh, I like this.
Super old, super young.
I'm going to say middle-aged spinster industry.
Yeah.
Like the chicks with 3/4 length jackets that I always remember that, you know, a bunch of fucking, they bang some comic, they do whatever, but they're all, a lot of them single. Okay. And they like theater shit. And I mean, James Corden has to be industry like lackeys are fans of him. That has to be that.
It's an intersection of, because you got into politics. You still think celebrities are really cool.
Yeah. Well, if your job is coming from that, that's a really amazing thing is the thing of like that celebrities are cool. Because that's what it's riding on. It's like, Stephen Colbert is so cool that he can talk to me like I'm a fucking 5-year-old. And, and that's what I want. You found it? Okay.
The vaccine.
When we poke ya, well, we know you're
fuck off.
Gonna be safe from COVID infecting you. When you go out, I know you're gonna hug. You're gonna hug and not worry, it might kill you. I will shoot 500 vials and we will stick 500 more just to be the vaccine shoots 500 vials. What are you waiting for?
Should I get more vaccine? I had 2, but I feel like I should get more.
This is tough. Watch.
Yeah, let's not finish it. I just wanted to. I know.
This is for. You're right. For one,
you have to be shown.
Show someone in grade 1 class.
So who, fucking like, you see Nicki Minaj trashing like.
Yeah.
Hilarious, dude.
I burned all my Nicki Minaj albums when she said that.
She said what?
She said that I guess the best way to describe it was she said something that wasn't in accordance with the CDC and what Colbert's been telling me.
Not only that,
I personally have a problem with.
She picked out every fucking thing that they made up because now that it's like a cycle of made up. That's the thing. We just did Rogan with me and Kyle did it just like 2 years ago, and it's that fucking ivermectin story. It's so demented how far off.
It is demented, and
I know people who think that that's like. So, that Stephen Colbert talking about ivermectin is the greatest. He goes full on horse dewormer, and then he has like here's a graphic of it, how it works. And then they show it's an animated horse in a blood vessel kicking viruses and go, oh, and it plays country western music. I watch him like, this is like something out of a sci-fi.
Yeah, it's
the craziest. So, and now, like, if you don't know that shit's fake, that story, like, anybody who's gonna know that it's fake knows. Like, if you at this point don't realize how far they go, like, with a lie. Oh, so the big story was in Oklahoma, these dumbass fucking hicks in Oklahoma, they all overdosed on horse dewormer, and now all the gunshot victims have to wait to be seen by doctors.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Oh, did you know how that resolved? Rolling Stone picked it up. Everyone repeated it. So the hospital first goes, the source you're quoting has not worked here in 2 years. There have been no overdoses of anything with ivermectin, nothing with gunshots. Then the sheriff of the town goes, we had 1 gunshot this year. They didn't have to wait. So that's like,
shameless.
That's shameless. And the reason it could be shameless is because the people that are at this point
supposed to make fun of them are fucking carrying their water.
That's a big one. But the other thing is, I don't know who the fuck's watching Colbert or whatever, but they're the more of the problem than even fucking Colbert, who's like he's just like a fucking.
If it wasn't him, it would be another person doing it. That's just a.
Because that's what you saw him and Jon Stewart, who's like a comic.
Jon Stewart sort of went against the thing.
And Stephen Colbert's a fucking improv. He's just like an empty vessel. Like he's good at acting, and like funnier people wrote really good shit for him.
He goes, yeah. Well, the game that we're playing, the improv game that we're playing,
he's yes-anding.
Yeah,
and he's also like a good Catholic boy. Jimmy calls him, and he is like
weird.
That. He's like, how the Tom Baker Doctor Who, because it was like so low quality.
I don't know Doctor
Who. Okay, when I was a kid, the Doctor Who that's like the Eternals, that bushy-haired fucking dude with the scarf. Okay, he's the greatest. This show's is cheap horse shit, and but he's very like into it. And he's like, well, I'm Catholic. So he's like, if you're Catholic, you could believe anything. So he can, so it really helps him submerge into this ridiculousness.
Yeah.
He personally attributed it to that. And it doesn't mean just Catholic, but if you have that imagine, Catholic's a good one.
You've been teaching yourself how to just believe.
Catholic is like the most adventure-y one of all of them, like all the cool, like lore. Catholicism has all the best lore. Like, any vampire movie, it's going to be a Catholic solution to that.
Yeah.
Right? Any fucking werewolf thing, you could go to a Catholic. Demon, you need Catholic. Like, they have that all sewn, and they have, like, these cool, there's all, you can get anything. Catholic. And so, I don't know. It's like a world of imagination kind of thing. Like, they're as close to Harry Potter as you could be without, being Harry Potter. That's why other kind of, like, Baptists and shit hate, like, Jehovah's Witnesses trash Catholics nonstop. Because they're pagans. They're basically like a Harry Potter book was religion. That's how we would look at them.
And they're the closest. Well, there's also, if you're saying that there's a factor with Stephen Colbert, it's the Catholic is also the closest.
He's a dude
in structure to listen to what the media, like, let's just say the fucking social justice kind of thing, right?
Right.
Isn't that, religion, is that not closer to Catholicism than it is
directly
to the
taken from it, which they say. They go, oh, it comes from the Catholic tradition. It was first a Catholic thing.
So that's why for him, it was probably even easier to, switch
I would
in.
somehow, I was like, he's the type of dude that if he got molested at church, he would keep going to the church. Like, well, don't hold it against the church just because
He'd go, that's what we do. And then he'd molest someone else.
And then, go babble about systems of power. I'm like, do you not see the thing that you're you're totally a part of? No. Yeah, so, God, I am like, it's not just from smoking that blunt outside before the show. Like, watching that needle thing did, like, I went like, whoa, shit. Like, it kind of, like, hit me.
It hypnotized you. You need more shots.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't feel like, maybe I should get another. Do you guys have shots here? Guys, I need a Rite Aid.
That's the move right now. If the thing is, if you really believe where you go, okay, like, I'm all in on the shots, and then 6 months they change it. The crazy part is when they change it. Like, even if you think of the Bill Nye thing, to go back to that. So Bill Nye was very much like, he made a video, here's the difference between a guy and a girl, and a guy is this. But then now he updated it to be like, gender's a spectrum, right?
Wait, he made a video. I kind of remember the spectrum one, but you're saying he made an original one?
That is correct. So he originally, he contradicted himself because the narrative's changed.
Why
right?
would he even have covered that?
Well, because he's saying that the classic science is wrong, right? It was, the new Bill Nye was very, here's me pretending to use science to tell you the new things you're supposed to think, right? So the funny part was that the problem with these guys is they'll now tell you they're new, updated, equally as smugly as they told. So it's like, okay, well, last time you were smug, you were wrong. And then they're still like, well, some people will think this, and you're like, so
they're doing the.
How can you be smug both times?
That's the character. It's like they're like when I met Sebastian Bach at that time. You're like, hey, I'm a guy working here, man.
Yeah.
He got like shiny boots and a fucking. And you're like, oh, this is his thing. They all have. I know a bunch of them people. Okay, because I was in New York forever, dude, hanging out with these people. A lot of them now, it's hilarious. If I think, like, I wonder what they're doing now because they're degenerates.
Yeah,
and like they all. It's like meeting wrestlers backstage or something. They're all like, but it's like compartmentalized, like, that's how it works. Even when there's a dude who I had on. I don't know if he was on with you, but this guy, Alec Bostwick, that lives out here, and he I don't know who he writes for now. He's a freelance journalist. He makes like good YouTubes about, they're almost like what to do if a cop pulls you over instructional. Like he lays out how the whole shit works. Nice. I'm surprised it does not have more views because it really is interesting. Yeah. And he's not a guy that's like, where I'm like, literally fuck all of them in their institutions and I hope they burn. He's not like that. He's like, you know, like a cop who walked the beat and is like, yeah, they're like bad, but the realities of the street, like.
That's how I kind of feel to some degree too. Yeah.
Well, there's still people that are doing the actual journalism. They still exist.
You can't just walk around and then someone stops. You know, the amount of it's kind of the same thing as the girls walking through dark alleys at night. You're just like, yeah, that is bad that it's happening, but until it stops, yeah, maybe.
I used to date this girl that just was like, what? I'm like, please don't do that at night. Like,
yeah.
When we first lived in Greenpoint, I remember that. Like she said,
I don't want to see you when I'm at my shift on the, you know, I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing, and just we don't want to see each other at work.
Oh yeah, I love that. Like, if I think the amount of times I'd be like, "What? Just please don't go somewhere that dangerous." And I can go anywhere. Yeah. Like
maybe you should teach them. To
like, you were actually in fear the whole time that you were smugly. You don't know what you have to deal with.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's the smugness that they get away with it twice. It's the equivalent of like
that is the new it's all summed up in they have a big poster in LA about Star Trek Lower Decks. You'll see this over and over again. It's a chick going like this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm capable and I can't believe that I can't I can't even. Yeah. Like it's every awful fucking girl you've ever met in your life.
They smush them in together.
The kind that all like other girls are like, yeah, that she's the worst thing. Like that, it's that fucking smug, like,
embodied.
Yeah, and you know, when I was younger, everybody attributed that to being religious, like Christian or something, because there was like Christian right babbling all the time, you know. So, I mean, the greatest thing is the full circle of Harry Potter. That's how successful J.K. Rowling is. She's been around long enough that she got to see her books burned for like church people.
Yeah.
Because I was out of Jehovah's Witness when
I've had both. You never had both? You must have had both.
What?
Church people mad at you?
No, the religious people are the least.
Back in the day, though, you never had anything?
No, I had people mad at me where when the alt-right was a thing, supposedly, that was the... I don't know, it was like the shitty... It's like the spillover of like the worst O&A fan. You know, there's a wide range of O&A fans. And, like so I would get all kinds of crazy fucking shit. Oh! Wow. Jay's coming. It looks like he's going to talk to us about SummerSlam, doesn't it? Look at
Sunday.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but she did have the full thing. But I remember when I was like 21.
I wanted to show you this fucking
you got a new one?
Amber Ruffin. Yo.
Hey.
Does that say rap? What's up, man?
What was the show?
Oh, that's a good fucking logo.
He peeled the E off to make it work, but
no. First of all, it just says rap, so you're like, oh, and immediately I'm like, oh, does he just support rap? But it's like, no, it's a rate. Fucking great.
Black Lives Matter, dude. So. I don't know if you know that.
Well, if they're vaccinated, they do.
I don't.
Guys, I gotta take a quick break and thank one of our favorite sponsors and one of our biggest supporters here at Can't Get Right. Fume. Pronounced Fume. It's a natural inhaler that makes it easy to get the benefits of super plants on the go. The natural inhaler that makes it easy to get the benefits of super plants on the go. Fume is a Canadian-made wooden inhaler with no electronics and cores, filled only with the benefits of super plants. No chemicals added. Fume is a natural and portable tool for allergy relief, relaxation, and a great nicotine replacement tool with its pocket fit. Simply slide your favorite cores into your Fume and breathe in the benefits of Mother Nature. It's that simple. Check out their variety of blends and benefits at breathethefume.com and use code KURT, K-U-R-T, for 10% off on your order today. Fume has a variety of flavors, such as Reassurance, which is lavender, and the new one's Invigorate, which is a great pre-workout energy booster. So head to breathefume.com/Kurt. That's FUM.com/KURT and use code KURT to save 10% and breathe in the benefits of the world's super plants today. Breathefume.com/Kurt.
Are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
You are?
I got it the hard way.
Held down.
The old fashioned.
I got the Pfizer, which I think is probably the better brand. Not to look down on people if you're a Johnson & Johnson or
I'm a Moderna. I'm a Moderna guy.
That's Moderna class, like middle. It's the middle.
Yeah.
I got only the finest Pfizer.
You treated it right.
Treat it right. This is important. That's what I tell people: get vaccinated and get Pfizer, or
What do you think about people were you guys talking about that, like the boycotting places? See Jim Brewer?
I just canceled my whole tour.
Okay,
so.
Whole tour?
Well,
I canceled non-vaccinated.
Everywhere.
Yeah, just I said until New York gets their shit together, I'm not even playing Texas.
Dude, it's amazing to see like the problems when you could even afford to consider something like that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Just so you know, guys, what are my feelings? I'm playing the I need the money. There's no fucking way. But there's Tim Dillon and Tim Pool, which
I saw them.
I mean, I haven't even seen. I'm sure Tim. I don't dislike Tim Pool, but
I like both of them.
Tim Dillon will probably hilariously smash Tim Pool.
I don't think they get the comedic perspective.
Well, Tim Pool, I know Dave goes on him a lot. I don't know. What's his thing?
I've done Tim's thing too. But
that venue thing is like I can see if it was like a law or something, but it's like. That's the thing. Those are like companies that what are you supposed to do? Like, I'm supposed to protest against the company? Fucking.
Well, they're like protest. If you were against it, then why are you not putting your money where your mouth is? But I go, well, yeah, but I'd also be going against my other principle of like putting activism before comedy. And I think that's like the.
Well, it depends. I don't know. There's something like, well, I'm not really sure. That's the fuck. It's like, a bunch of bus drivers just quit because they have like if somebody has to work a job like that where you're being forced, that seems like more grave to me than like getting into the fucking Tim Dillon show.
Right. Yeah. The venues saying you can't be without being vaccinated. I don't know. To me, it's like, I don't know. Again, this is like the stupidity of me, I guess, or the simpleton that is me. Is that I, with all of it, I just have.
Was it after you took the vaccine or before?
It was after. Weirdly, right after.
I got a lot dumber and a lot good.
I've been doing some pretty fishy stuff at night.
Everyone must get this.
No, I just have like, it's like, but you can't tell people they have to be vaccinated or they can't go to restaurants or whatever. And I go, sure, yeah, that sucks. But, just get it. Like that's the take I have on everything. It's like I know, like
that's the general.
And people kind of think, what does it lead to? I'm like, man, probably nothing. Like quite honestly, probably nothing.
I was like, here, I think I'm a probably nothing. That's why because statistically in my life I just have been like I don't have like those kind of. But I know people who had reactions to it, and then also like they're the type that's so fragile, like can't take any kind of medication. There'll be someone who gets fucked up from it.
I don't even mean fucked up from the thing. I'm saying like I'm saying like if you can't get it for medical reasons, that's one thing. I'm just saying the regular person who's just like the average American who's just like who's saying I'm not taking it because they're like, nah, government's not going to tell me to take it, and I can't be told. You're not going to force me to do some new technology and new science. And someone gets like that, it's like, and you can't make me have to do that if I want to go to a restaurant. I just have like such a
the restaurant.
I hear you,
dude. The restaurant thing, like that's a.
I'm saying that I have like I hear you, but just take the vaccine. Then you don't have to worry about who gives a shit
or move. I mean, you can also move.
Sure.
Like, when in the COVID, I was against the lockdowns and I moved to Miami and then there wasn't any more. But, the same people in Texas are having the same conversation about abortion. Like this, I was saying this, but the same time Brewer canceled, the same day in my same timeline, Patton Oswalt goes, I'm not going to the other places because they're not vaccinated enough. So
that's right.
So they're back to back and it's just like straight up a politicized issue right now. And if I'm going to cancel shows for stuff I don't like, do you know how much shit I've talked about like YouTube for censoring people and maybe you don't think that you should pay as much taxes. So you go, am I going to go to jail for every principle? Yeah. How much stuff do you think where you go, I'm not going to...
But
well, I sort of have a feel, though, if it's like a place where it's like they're not... I'm more likely to go out like sooner after a show and meet people if it's like, well, they have to show vaccinations to get in. Like, great. Then I'll be much more comfortable doing it. If not, I do less. And either way, I'm like, I'm just sort of I'm like, don't get it if you don't want to get it.
I think Tim's whole thing is like, I'm just touring to do the show. I don't control that shit. Like,
yeah, I don't work there. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I can see though a point where you would maybe not do a show because something, but I don't think that is it. That specific thing.
No.
But there is like a.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't play Sun City until they stopped apartheid.
Listen.
Though. Me, Daryl Hall, John Oates, Little Steven Zant.
I remember that.
Ain't gonna play Sun City.
There's a
terrible song.
The thing that's creepy is because you don't really watch news shit, right?
Not really.
Yeah. So the thing I don't get is people that are rabid about like you got to take it.
Yeah.
Because I don't give a shit. If it works, like, why do you have to? I still.
That's the biggest.
It's been explained to me, and I still don't like. Well, it kind of doesn't work.
It kind of doesn't work. Yeah.
You just take some more.
Well, I think the way it keeps shooting around is the thing is like it's the mutations, and again, like you look at one story and it's like, yeah, dude, like these kind of things mutate, and that's what happens. Like. We're kind of prepared for that, and then other places go, it's like, if you don't get the vaccine, we're going to have 7 more mutations, and the next one's going to be impervious to everything and kill you faster, and so it's just like there's
it's so hilarious. Like, you just read the original report from when you were creating it by sticking your dick in a bat cage or whatever the fuck you did. When we were like, oh, China did it, they're lying. Like, oh, we did it with them? Wow, that's really extra.
It's funny, I got shit from I guess like Dave and Robbie Bernstein's fans from the show because I told the story on Skanks that I said I got not a bicker even with like Robbie Burns, just talking to him, and it's like,
who's Robbie Burns?
He's Dave Smith's partner on Part of the Problem.
Oh, okay.
Great dude, great guy, funny guy. But I was just talking to him outside the thing one day, and it's like when someone's in that one mode, which I think a lot of people are like, and they pick a mode and they're in it. Do you know what I mean? There's no seeing.
Yes, right.
Something. So when I was saying though, I was like, I don't know. I was saying about the vaccine. I'm like, just get the fucking thing and then don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. And he was
right.
But then he had like it was like, well, I've read this, and it gave like, he gave me like stats and figures from like whatever.
You do have to know yourself and what shit'll hit.
Sure,
you have to. You really do.
But I'm saying, but he had facts and figures to like one direction of something. I was like, I don't know. All I know was I heard that it says. It's been 100% stopping death and almost 100% at stopping hospitalizations on reinfection if you're vaccinated. And he goes, but it was just like, the point of it.
Did you know Brian Volke? He was on my podcast. He's an LA guy. I don't know if you ever met him. But
wait, let me just finish saying the thing. Because the point of that is just, he was like, where'd you get that information from? And I was like, the same place like you got, like it's like the article that I read that I chose to go. That makes sense.
What was it? Do you remember?
No, I'm just saying the point of just like what it is. Like,
let me ask you, can I ask you this?
None of us are wearing lab coats, and so when someone's like, the vaccine could do this to you, it's like, is that so?
No, that's right. It's all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't fucking. I don't know either. Maybe maybe I grow a tail. I have no fucking.
What
idea.
have you? So like, what have you heard of ivermectin? Like, what do you know about ivermectin?
What is that? The thing Joe Rogan took?
Yeah, like it was in the news as they go, he took a horse dewormer. Right. Yeah. Have you heard anything?
I had to get off-market ivermectin.
No, never heard anything else about it. That was the only thing I heard.
And by the way, if it was, that's what when I went on the show, I was like, "Is it true you took horse cum for your?" I read that in Harper's Magazine. Horse cum, but here's the thing: he got better in like 2 days. Like,
yeah.
If you're trying to trash him, it's like you just told everyone horse dewormer works like a goddamn miracle.
Yeah.
So, but
give me horse dewormer. But I'll take that too.
Dude, you know how crazy that is? We were talking about before you got here. That story got carried. They all say horse dewormer, like that fucking mashup of all the news people
saying the same shit.
They all fucking said it. It's like saying Valium's a dog fucking calmer down. Like it's shit that is for humans. It's a Nobel Prize. The guy who invented it. It's listed as an essential medicine. It's what poor people have to take in other countries because we're not giving. You know how we were giving it out here? Guess what? They're charging for the poor people, so they have no choice but to take ivermectin.
Right.
Which, by the way, it fucking works.
Like, it seems.
There's, you know how many overdoses there are of it? None. You know how many people die coming with ivermectin
Is this something
poisoning?
you can overdose on? It says.
I don't know if you can, but I wouldn't say, "Hey, go take it." Jimmy had to take it, Jimmy Dore, because he got fucking the shot and he got sick from the fucking shot. So they had to treat him with fucking ivermectin.
Well, dude, really? I had in my mind, I'm like, if I got COVID, it wasn't gonna be an issue. So I went from I'm not getting sick.
Do you remember
period,
the other shit?
To I'm taking vaccines, then I'll probably get sick. So to me, I would have rather
it's a fucking flu shot. So all right. But
sure, but you're sick for 1 or 2 days instead of 0 days.
I smoked a long time. I'm like,
I'm a gambler.
If I gamble, it's more of a gamble for me not to get, I think, vaccine.
Me too, because we're traveling around a ton and all that kind of stuff.
The difference is one of those
my comorbidities.
You don't gamble the way that I gamble.
I'm out there like a fucking country singer in the...
No seatbelt. I do all the gambles where you don't have to do anything.
So lay back at home gamble.
But the thing you were saying, dude, just take it. Just do it. So by the way, ivermectin's generic. What you'll see is going to happen. This is a Rogan told, and I 100% right. Merck is making another ivermectin that they'll be able to. Don't worry, it's going to come out. They'll be able to charge more. This is a generic drug that they don't have. Drugs cost too goddamn much because they get to hold on to the IP for fucking.
But where do you get ivermectin from? Is it only a
doctor? Your doctor goes try that
thing.
Remember hydroxy, whatever that was, chloroquine.
Yeah.
That's fish tank cleaner. Remember? So there's the two other drugs that have been horse dewormer and fish tank cleaner. That shit was what they treated fucking Callan and two people we know got it, and the doctor goes, "What is your politic?" Like he asks him what party he's part of because he doesn't want to bring it up.
Well, because they're going to make it. It's the equivalent of like an alt comedy. A guy going up and he goes,
all the drugs besides this one are Trump. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
Josh Blue, actually, he did great, by the way. He made it to the finals, deep in the finals of America's Got Talent, but he had a joke on the last one that tickled me.
He's on now?
Yeah. It's over now, but he didn't win, but he got close. But he had a joke about Botox, where he's like, Botox was originally just figured out was spoken for cerebral palsy people, with something with their muscles, so injecting their muscles.
Right. Make them look hotter.
yeah. Make them hotter. But it was about to help their muscles, and he goes, and then they found out it get rid of wrinkles, and immediately it's not even experimented on for CP anymore. Like, we got a thing like this. We found the money value of this medicine. It goes, I don't care if it cures CP, makes their lives better, or gets wrinkles out of your face. People are buying it. I don't care for whatever reason. Exactly. So like fish tank cleaner, boner pills for sure.
Yeah.
That's what.
Did they figure out boner pills by accident too?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was it trying to be
Heart
for?
medication.
Heart medication.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then back when I gave a shit about my hair, I would take Propecia, right, which is finasteride. And so the doctor, if your doctor wasn't an asshole, he would go, "Don't get Propecia. It's $1 a fucking pill. Get this other shit that's for prostates." Basically, all he did was take this stuff that's 4 times cheaper and make it into a new shape, and then fucking charge. If you're getting less, you just break the other ones into pieces.
Yeah.
And so if you have a doctor that understands that, they can help you. But that's how crazy it. The way these things
Everything I've ever gotten, Lexapro. When I first got Lexapro, they were like, "We'll put you on 10 milligrams," and they tell you, they go, "I'm going to give you like 20 milligram doses." He goes, "Crack them in half, and for the same price, you'll have double you'll have 2 months."
Dude, it's bad shit. Wow. So the reason,
why doesn't everyone just get the 20? Break it up in the fucking 4s if you only take 5.
Every part of this. Here's the bottom line of the vaccines, and the thing of like just take it. There's somebody put this to me this way.
Why did they make extra strength? That was the funniest old joke. Why did they make extra strength Tylenol? Goes, who was like, my headache's not that bad. Like,
the
one that works the best. Yeah.
I know. Seinfeld didn't know what he was on to, but he had cracked Big Pharma. And he just didn't follow it through. But that he was on, like, that's the bottom line. So to get these drugs, you ever see Fauci in the 80s when he helped cause the AIDS panic? Dude, it's hilarious video. It's brown-haired Fauci
walking out of a bathhouse, being like, "No, there's none in there."
He goes,
I just came out of AIDS soup.
He goes, "I'm concerned."
Just doing some research on the virus.
He goes, "We don't know what it could be through hugging or touching."
So we found out how you can't get it.
He spread a panic that caused a panic. He's been in that guy for like 30 fucking years. So remember the kid Ryan White that like Elton John, and he took AZT. And AZT turns out was poison, but that was the one that they settled on. So the way the system works is to legally ram something through quickly, there can't be any other drugs that could possibly work. So every other drug has to be the devil so we can get this one through. So hopefully you picked the right drug, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's what the Matthew McConaughey movie was about, Dallas Buyers Club. People were so desperate to try, because AZT would kill you, it's illegal for them to just try other fucking things, and that's because of how our law is set up. And it's written by these companies. Like you don't really need like lizard people to have an evil monarchy.
Yeah,
like lizards would probably be nicer, honestly. So he costs that, and that's what they do. He's the highest paid, like, civil servant for what he does, and they all get so that he's not like a practicing doctor. It's like a guy that, shakes hands with a.
I know it's all rooted in like
propaganda, loud and clear.
Jay, if you couldn't afford, look, if you like, I know every kind of variable of what happens with the vaccine. By the way, when I think about it, like seriously, I know every kind. That guy Brian, he had COVID, then got the vaccine like after he was better, then fucking got Delta, then got put in the hospital. And his doctor was snaking his nose like, hey, you know how rare this is? Like, gambling's gambling, so you can look at the odds and take your gamble you want to take.
Sure.
But people act like, well, your chances. If you got to do a shitty job where like you can't afford to get sick from the vaccine, not to get sick, then why would you risk it? But a whole bunch of people have no fucking health insurance, and they have these shitty jobs they got to go to. Yeah. So it's like a crazy. And then, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it. I agree, dude. I kind of felt also there was this element of when everyone said do this shit. Oh, go get vaccinated. A part of me was like, fuck you, don't tell me what to do. And then everyone was like, you better not get vaccinated. And I'm like, well, you guys are telling me what to do. Now everyone. Yeah, everyone has a lot of opinions on.
I just want to get back to the few things in life that I enjoy doing and get to do that. Like
and Stern both, buddy.
I'm so ready to be. I'm so prone to be bullied. So prone to be like primed to be bullied by the government completely and just walk it completely. I mean, I didn't.
You want to get shredded on. You're gonna have a shred on me shirt.
When they're like, when they just shut it down. I mean, look again. Financial positions would have changed my thing on that, but like in the way because we're broadcasting most of the time. I mean, we lost stand up. But in broadcasting, it was like when they were like stay inside for 3. He goes, it might be more than 3 months, and then people were like, "We'll fucking rage against everything and start chaos in the streets if they lock us in anymore." I'm like, I'll just stay in. Like, I mean, I just don't.
Yeah,
have,
you don't want to be that guy, right?
I just don't have. No, but it's genuine. But I'm saying, but it's genuine. Like the oomph of it. You know what I mean? Like. When it's like everyone's worried about like, did you do Blackout Tuesday and stuff? It's like, or why didn't you say? Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you put like posts about Black Lives Matter?
That's what I'm saying. It felt the same to me.
I'm like,
you marched hard for BLM, and so you put in your part already.
No, but if someone's like, hey, Black Lives Matter, right? I go, yeah, of course, yeah. I don't know if I have to tell my my fans.
Is that the black box shit on Instagram? Where it's like,
yeah.
Dude, Kyle told me that's what Kyle got like really fucking like. Turned off because he's like he put up a black box and got like mad that he felt so I'm like I don't go on this shit like that. So
he said that back it up, he said he was mad that he had to do it. Is that kind of the idea?
I could tell he was like, that's the last time I'm ever fucking humiliating myself ever. The fucking
when I did the happy medium was I didn't post like comedy stuff. I said I don't do any of it myself really.
I just don't go on at all.
Yeah, I'm like I'll stay. I won't. I say I don't post anything, but I'm like I told the people who do my posts, I'm like, don't post anything that Tuesday. I'm like, don't put up the black because it seems like. By the way, there's no win because as soon as you do that,
then you go
immediately.
Got you.
Immediately, that argument came or those articles came out that were like. So you put up a black box and now you think you're an ally?
Here's you hanging a guy.
Of course.
Yeah, well, how do you explain last week you were hanging a guy?
And I scroll down here 3-4 pictures. What's this lynching you were involved in?
You got a guy's mouth on the curve and you have
what's this big thumbs down next to an Emmett Till picture?
Legendary. Are you talking about Lisa Traeger? Because that's my favorite.
What?
When Lisa Traeger got all on the cruise with you, she was like, "You made me sick."
Oh my god!
And then
your attitude already makes me sick about this,
dude. I'm watching her on MSNBC. They got it's two old guys and her to talk about the election. Like, why you would go to her about anything political?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that clip.
And by the way, once again, she had been on Race Wars like a few months before the election, which we were talking about then. Mm-hmm. This election that she hates your guts from not having voted in. Mm-hmm. And the whole time we're talking, it was funny what a cunt she was being. She was going like this. While we talk about it, because she wanted to probably talk about fucking Real Housewives or some.
Sure.
So now she can't believe how you fucked up. The bitch didn't even vote. She's mad at you.
Or so.
Okay, so that's all. So they swung hard. They do a whole bunch of comics.
Dude, the whole thing's such an eye roll.
Then all her fucking tweets come out of all the shit she said. That's like without the dignity of, say, a Luis J. Gomez tweet.
The amount that's happened in the last 2 years.
Well, it's great. It's my favorite thing.
The people,
and they go, yeah, but I got rebaptized.
What's so funny is there's no other way around a situation of if you are pinned back in the corner and have to apologize or apologize genuinely. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to read the same way. Everyone's going to say it. So when people come out and that ride big for all that shit, it goes, all this stuff going on, I'm better than that, and here I'm condemning people who do these things, and then someone goes, wasn't Lisa's thing? It was like, hey, here's some Asian thing you said a while back, or a Mexican, whatever. Lisa.
Dude,
she has some sort of a joke in there, and then but the response, I think that Seth Simon's got the same thing. They're like, what about all these anti-Semitic jokes you made? And it's just like, yeah, well, I'm sorry about that. And
Seth Simon's had anti-Semitic jokes?
It was maybe, I think so. Yeah.
Did you see the thing?
I did. Yeah, but let me just say the point though is that I'm saying, like, they're always like, sorry's not good enough. If you apologize, they're the ones that are sorry's not good enough. And they go, well, you have a thing, and they go, sorry. But look, now I'm raging against everybody else who's doing it. So my apology should just be enough.
Call it pledge and allegiance.
That's I don't know. I always would if I feel like I did wrong, I would apologize.
Me too.
If I don't.
Wasn't that the premise of the show?
Yeah, and I haven't apologized yet. Great job.
That's what I'm saying. I'll apologize if I apologize. I mean, there is a portion of this show allotted to it.
I had to apologize, and I'm not sorry. That's the thing. I'm not. No, but that thing is, there's a certain point, because I saw it way back when, like a bunch of people did, where all that that's all a pageant, and the whole thing is designed like, now we got them. So everybody is thinking like they're in a really close race for something, for governor or whatever, and they're like, they're going to do every dirty trick, and so we're going to have to say he has a secret black baby. Those kind of games they would do. So all these people, I had no idea that these people were brewing, and I had no idea the way they thought, and that's the way they think. Everything is like, what would you do in a dirty tricks campaign to someone? So the apology is like, cha-ching, that's like, now we fucking got you.
It's like playing a video game, and you're like, we got one.
You know what I would never...
It's like taking a scalp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the amount of apologies you got. It's like
No, I'll tell you. When I went through it, I saw it was like cannibals. Like they're like, we're gonna eat your. Like now we have your strength. Like they'll eat your fucking organs.
It's bizarre. And the thing you're about to say, the Seth Simons thing. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that on Skanks tomorrow. But some guy just came out and was like, I fed him every piece of information in that article.
I didn't finish reading it.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, I like where his head's at.
Yeah, it was pretty great. He was like, I fed him all of this.
But I wish he had more, because I got, guess what? That ain't going to affect Seth Simons at any fucking level. He'll be more hired than ever.
Think so?
Yes.
Why?
Dude, you know how fucking insane?
Because he's willing to bend the rules.
These are like Mills. He's a low-end fucking dude.
Uh-huh.
He knows he knows all algorithm keywords to say. Mm-hmm. And he's stupid, where you could see he kind of buys into it, because he's demented. So he's like, stupid. Oh, this all right. And you're like a witch finder, he's like a country witch finder, where a witch will often say they're not political, but that's the most political thing. So that's what he does. So that's his whole.
Of course, yeah.
And so the reason I say a witch hunter is it is like a grift, but it's also partially they do believe it. And also he's a shitty dude.
He's what it is, and I say
he's transparent. By the way, I've read through his things.
Just like what people do for everything. At the core of all of it, it's for, and even in an analogy sort of way, it's for pussy. It's like everyone's trying to get their fucking thing. When you get the feedback from it, I said the young comic, the only one I was able to kind of know by name that came at us when we had Milo on. When I saw him, I kind of dressed him down outside of a club, and it was
really Kevin Jost.
No, it was Jay. I can't remember his last name. But I kind of ran him down, and I was saying, you don't believe anything you're saying. You could see when they're talking to you, you don't believe this. You're saying it's oh, well, that guy's an anti-Semite monster, and you're having him on your show, so you're giving him a platform. He's just saying the word. You're giving him a platform to do it. I go, I don't know what that means. We're having him on the show for sure. I'm curious to hear what he's going to say, and if I don't agree with it, I'd say that's crazy. Or if we're all playing around, maybe we'll say so. I don't know. It's but you've already drawn this thing, and you're coming at me, and I go, but I'm telling you what I said. It's for the grand scheme, pussy. It's this is it's pussy attention or just attention in general. When you put up a thing one time, you were like, "Oh, that sucks. That's not a fair thing that's happening there." And some pretty girl or something online goes, "Right." It's like finally someone's willing to say that this, and they're like, "Oh, that felt nice." So it's just a direction that they chose. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a lot of failed comics.
Unless that kid that Lewis is always jawing with, I guess, like
Florio.
He always describes himself where he's like, I was in that world, which I love to say. He goes, I was in the world of Legion of Skanks. I go, I've never seen you in person. I've never seen him in person.
That's
ever.
right.
Not once.
Wait, because Seth Simons has an article on
and all these people, by the way, all of them I've asked, behind the scenes, out loud in public, asked all of them to sit down and talk with me on their platforms. I'll come to their thing and everything. And they always, the closest I got was with that Jake and the girl he does. I can't remember.
That dude Jake's fucked up.
But those guys, and she was saying yes. She was saying yes to it, and then could tell she went back to him
because it sort of.
And they pull out because I'm going. Because when I told her that shut her thing down, I was like, because at one point she was like, all right, fine, but then she was like, why do you want to come on our show? Why are you so willing to do this? Like,
I've been through all this.
Am I basically gonna? Like, are you gonna come on here and do something crazy? I go, no. I said I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna make your audience laugh, and this whole thing's done. Like your whole argument's stupid.
But they don't want that. They want to be
outvoiced. Why would you think that they would want that?
Yeah, you kind of think they're like.
No, I know. But
they want to be. They like being at war.
Did you go on?
Huh?
They're the military-industrial complex.
No, she just came back at one point. She could see.
She said you harassed her. Probably.
She went and talked to him. No, I had it all. But she went and talked to him. Clearly, is what happened, and then came back and she was just at 180. She's like, I've actually decided I don't need to spend my time. It's the same guy.
Oh, so he's the power. I've been through that with the bit. There's always like a top and a bottom of that, and one's like so. Dude, I had that with this dipshit. I can't remember her dumb name even, but boy, she fucking wrote a Vanity Fair article about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like she fucking, this is my moment. She was like some from Chicago. Of course.
I thought it was weird that you did the shirtless photo for the after she showed you the article and all right, you can print that, but can I at least get the cover?
I was taught some fucking friend of hers because all these people, it was crazy. And so I just talked to some chick who was like, "You're finished." She had commented on me, "You're finished." I'm like, "Why am I?" I just talking to her. And so she's like, feminist, like kind of like dipshit, but sincere. Okay. Mm-hmm. Like, and when I say feminist dipshit, I mean, because all these words now, I don't know what they all mean fucking nothing, but think of the craziest things you've ever heard. And it's not like equality or whatever the fuck, be feminism. It's like, her arguments to be like, well, that's what a white man would say. This is the first time.
Yeah.
But like all this is old now, but it's like the first time I'm seeing somebody. I'm like, like it was fucking amazing. So then I talked to her, but so she was kind of sincere. So I went on her cunt friends podcast. So her friend was the dominant one who probably feeds her this shit. Okay, and I go, it was unbelievable. Like I don't like that's how stupid. You're like if you had gone in, like. You'd probably be punching somebody. There'd be some way that because I had it where like, oh, I'll talk to you and like the shit. At one point, I was like, you know what I mean? Do you see?
I would find it laughable though, like the crazy things, the connections they try to make.
I said something to her, like stammering, like I said, "Do you understand? Like, you understand? You understand?" And she goes, "I am a gender studies professor. If you say, 'Do you understand?' one more time, I will hang up this phone." Okay.
Did you do the cat noise?
No. I Paul, and I go, all right. The connection's bad, and I don't know if you could hear me. And she's an audience of fucking cat shit brain ladies. That's like the Wednesday night feminine, whatever. And this is a friend of crash, and she goes, "Out," and we just moves on. I'm like, all right, no need to apologize. Then, after it was done, this maniac texts me, like, "Oh, that was like maybe I could come on and write and work for you." And Amy as a gender consultant. I was like. Oh my God, this is a scary. She goes, I gotta.
What kind of made up job as a gender consultant?
Yeah, it's a mob. And then
when you show up, you go, what are we thinking today?
He goes, you're writing stuff. He goes, and then she goes into the dressing room. Hey, is that what a dumb bitch would do? Hey, GC, get the GC in here.
Dude, wait, this is the best part. She goes, I gotta go. I gotta work. I gotta start work at the taco truck at. Okay, which is so funny. A gender studies professor works at a taco truck. That's hilarious. So
professor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Professor Taco. You're gonna go. And I was like, I was on like Ron.
Our tacos are
brilliant. Hold on. Let me just understand your offer. You would actually give up the taco truck to come look over my shoulder for the rest of my life.
Is there anything
You'd
sadder?
be willing to stop serving up tacos.
Is there anything sadder than a taco truck worker? Not even the owner of a taco. If you owned a taco truck, you'd still be like, I guess life's not going great. If you work, you're a worker at a taco truck.
She's on the phone with Kurt too, and their boss says, "Can you get back to work?" Eh? She goes, "I'm about to get."
So right then, I was
These
like,
chilies aren't blistered.
Dude, that's
sorry.
the whole...
Hang on a second. I'm an adjunct professor.
Dude, that's like all over the place. That's the game, and it's been going on for like years, but it's been taking time to trickle into every little part. So that's a funny thing watching people.
Well, finish the story. Did you hire her?
No, I don't know what.
Oh, okay.
I can't even remember her goddamn name. Like
And now, my personal assistant, Taco.
We got her out here.
Taco Melissa.
I was trying to get her friend that was nicer to go on Race Wars as our gender consultant to
piss her off.
Yep, because basically this chick.
What do they do?
Oh, then this chick went. So she didn't get the job, but luckily she got a whole
That's a
Vanity
shame.
Fair article about how she talked to this monster.
Maybe that led to work. Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that now. You having the thing. You're like, she asked to work for us.
Like, so then I watch this over. Like, I made friends with people off the same thing that had the same exact process, and you have no idea what fucking horror movie. Like the fact that he would even have a thing. Anybody who uses the word platforming,
Yeah.
you should really like get not Delta but the next one.
The moo.
Yeah, like
here's the
Delta
gender
Mu.
consultant. I'm looking through this script, and you have a girl losing a race.
So they think dude, that's the thing.
We just don't really do that. And,
All the people you knew that like Opal that were like liberal and shit, like that kid Jake, every fucking failure, especially like if they're like from Austin, I don't know why, but they all are like hardcore like Marxist. Okay, so
that's been going on forever. There was just more of a career avenue. There wasn't such a career path.
But the
for
innovation
it now.
is when Intersectionality was released, when that hot chart topper dropped. What was that? Intersectionality.
Yeah, that chart
That was
topper.
the big for every fucking loser who doesn't like really know about stuff, but likes the thing of like yelling at you for shit they don't understand.
Sure.
That's a great template like to sell for them to be part. So it's like, okay, I'm a shitty comp. So Seth Simons, he's got a thing on his site about his time in New York versus Colin Jost. You know, he's like obsessed with getting both Mike Shea and Colin Jost.
Well, it's almost my question though is do you think years removed from now, Seth Simons?
But wait! I didn't tell you the best part. So it's a side like each paragraph. It's Seth's journey and Colin's, and it's all about how Colin became a sellout. Like he had a platform that he did, and Seth had so much integrity that he went to fucking Idaho to and just the you know how demented you are to like not even be a has been. That's like I would respect that.
Same thing happened to me and
never
LeBron.
was. Yeah. But you're like a guy that didn't even have the balls to do anything beyond like a poem a couple times.
Sure.
Clearly you want it bad.
Yeah.
That's why you're policing who gets
He
your
did make a
dreams
name
up.
for himself in the game, though.
He did. Well,
And that's all he's got to do is do that. That's in style now because they're paying for those kind of scalps. And then he can he feels he's a journalist. But it's his pure, and that's what he does with chicks. I'm sure Sex Pest is, he feels entitled to them.
Saying, sure, but do you think someone like that, like, because here's what I find interesting about it. Like all these articles put us and by name, you know what I mean, as like describing these like vile people, like they're describing you of they want the world to think you're a vile person, and you go, I simply feel like I'm like, man, that's why I think it's like a mental disorder, like you said, demented, but I'm saying like genuine like mania or bipolar stuff, and I'll tell you why, because they sink into it. Like me, I can't believe, and I think it's true. This guy doesn't at some point since this has happened go like, I was stirring up shit, but like, damn, I fucking cost a guy like a dream job.
That's the one thing he is probably proud of.
Right, but I'm saying, but you're a bad person for that.
Of course.
Because he doesn't believe in what he said at all. He'll just take whatever information. So he doesn't believe in what he was saying. He threw a lob and it got a bite and it cost somebody a real fucking thing. And that's a win versus going like, maybe I should have just shut my mouth. You know, it's like when you realize years later.
You know the thing a guy who gets laid would maybe do?
Do you remember when we lived together and I told you I had a weird thing with Keith one day because I said Tony Camacho. Yeah, running his fucking mouth.
I read an article about Seth Simons today. Okay.
No, something I said Tony Camacho was on the phone. He was going to give me some work. Remember Tony Camacho?
Yeah.
Guy, booked these weird gigs. And when Tony called me, he was like, man, at that showcase the other night, I liked, man, you were great. You did so. I'm going to start using you. He goes, you, and he said his other comic's name, who's not even in comedy anymore. It's a Philly guy. He was like, you too. And this is a guy that, and when I say his name later after the show, Kurt will know. It's like, yeah, he was bad. He was real, real bad. But this guy, he was just singing both of our praises. And I said to that Tony Camacho, I was like, yeah, it's like you keep saying this together, man. But like, I think we do something very different. And I just kind of took shots at it. But didn't even think. And when I called Keith, who knew him also, to sort of laugh about that. And Keith immediately.
That's right.
I'm 22 years old, maybe here. He called me right away, and he goes, nah, you don't do that, man. Because I was like, oh, you know that kid? Like I was like, dude, stop saying us together. That kid sucks. And he's like, you don't do that. Yeah, like, you don't take money as someone. It's not your job to do something like that. If someone's bad enough, they'll be bad, and if they hustle hard enough,
that's right.
He goes, but it ain't your job to worry about that. He goes, shut your mouth on shit like that. And lesson learned. At 22 years old, I was like, yeah, dude, I would never.
Dude, I remember you telling me when it happened.
Yeah,
and that being the operating thing is like that. But that's like a generational. I mean, that's like this is now like so weird because remember, Stop Snitching was a controversial. Yeah. They were like, you need to stop snitching. Everyone's like, stop. Are you telling kids not to snitch? and then now it's like snitching, and that's the specific. Anything that's an institution, so it could be fucking. Dude, I wonder. It'll never get to wrestling, but
we were just at the Pair. There's a show. This is like a week ago, and the host of the show came up to an audience member, big kerfuffle, kicks the shit out of him. Blood everywhere. The cops came, and the guy's talking to the cops, and the cops are coming asking people like, who who did this, blah blah, and he's trying to describe the guy, but he took off, and we're all like, no one snitched. Like people are like, no snitch. And then the cop basically came back and he goes, yeah, I mean, I'm a detective, but it also didn't take a detective to be like, the guy's name's on the flyer, and he said it was the host, and there's the picture of the host on the flyer. I mean, really, it's like you guys could give me the names, or we can. But in my mind, I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, no one's gonna say shit, dude. The cop's like, this took me about 3 minutes to crack this case. I'm just kind of mad at you now.
Now you guys just dicks, and I know the answer.
Yeah, he goes, I'm a detective, but I mean also
the host bloodied up the guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear who that was.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't hear that story yet.
It was quite. I was walking by when it was going on.
That's exciting.
Like I was just walking through the village.
Montana, like you could like legally kill people if they get on the stage with you. Like it's like a bartender.
Really?
Any place with severe alcoholism will have some pretty surprising.
So
laws.
you're saying fucking Jeff Ross could just open fire on that?
No, a person
he brings everyone on the stage.
Dude, I look. No, this is what they told me.
You're the final roast. Here's the law.
You're not allowed to do that. That's taken.
Yeah, nice shirt, queer. What is that? You steal out of your grandma? You steal out of your grandma's closet?
That's not a roast. That's
they're on the stage, aren't they?
Remember the famous guy, the honky tonk man, fucking guitar.
It's one of the best clips of all time. I love that so much when he busts the guy off camera. He busts the guitar over the guy's head. You've seen it before.
Oh yeah.
And then he goes, and as he's sitting there with all the strings and whatever, he goes, "You saw that guy came right at me, right?" And the crowd goes, "No."
Well, that's all you have to do. Is
did the crowd not give it to him?
No, they were like, that was an extreme overreaction.
Oh, here we go.
It was the best. In the middle of guitar harmonica comedy.
If you really want to hurt him, you go from the side, not the top.
Just the guitar.
I'm sorry, ma'am. The guy fucking came at me. What do you think, folks?
No way.
No way.
Okay, sure.
That, and the fucking Canada, the Darren Frost. And, I mean, that was the first year of Bonfire. That was the biggest drop.
Darren Frost?
Darren Frost just...
He's a friend of mine. He's a Canadian comic.
That's great, sweetheart. But this clip is so fucking funny and bad for him, but he's like...
it's not.
He's talking to the guy in the
As
eyes.
you're saying that, it's on his channel that he posted it.
He loves it.
Yeah.
Oh, he loves the Bonfire talks about it. He loves me laugh about it. Find out Darren Frost assaulted or throws a cup. It's like a rocks class. Dude, we broke this down like fucking John Madden plays. Like we have watched this video so much.
It was a legendary Canadian.
He's talking
clip
to
for sure.
He's talking to this guy. He's talking to this guy in the audience, and he's getting mad. And he goes, and the guy's being loud, and he goes, "Hey," he goes, "Buddy, this isn't a choose your own adventure." Yeah, here. I'll explain it after you hear it.
And you don't want to know when she went
First of all, the noise he makes slowed down is
This is the best part.
Is
coming up,
Gabul. Oh, if that guy gets, he thinks for a while what to do.
Yeah.
And his response is to get up and go. He goes, that's cunt's
assault.
better. Yeah, that's assault. You'll be thrown out, cunt.
But it seems like he's gonna.
Here's another thing you're not hearing. So let me tell you all the detail on this. Stop it, Bob, and go back to the beginning of it, because I'll tell you where this is
Yeah,
great.
give the rundown.
So
first.
the guy's talking. He goes, "Hey, man," and you'll hear the joke, but he goes, "Why don't you shut up, man?" He goes, "This isn't a choose your own adventure where you can turn to page 85 and see the part where I fucked your mother." And then he goes, "You don't even want to know. Don't turn to page 111 where you don't know what she whispers in my ear. What you'll hear then is the sound of, it sounds like unsheathing. It's the ice coming out of that glass when he draws it back. So and then that thing zips in, hits him in the stomach. He goes, Gabul! And then
Gabul?
Yeah. Gabul. G-A-B.
This is peak Heckler Destroys video territory.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
And then he goes, Gabul. He goes, and then what you hear in the background is his buddy go, his mom's dead, bud. Which is just one of the funniest.
So Canadian.
So play it
That's
again.
the other one.
It's so great.
No, that's not this one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so the ones in London.
Oh, it's happened to him more than once?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. It has. It has.
Yeah, there's
happened
a
to him
couple.
more than-
Where people hit his balls with a fucking.
No, it's not his
Well,
balls,
after
it's
this
his
one
stomach.
got a couple of 100,000 views, I think he
Dude, this is great. Go
he
back.
started shows like
keeps
that. He goes,
happening?
No.
your mom's a whore. Your mom.
Road and performed for monkeys, right? Moose Jaw, 2001. End of joke.
You should be here with a glass for that.
Darren's a sweetheart. He really
The
is.
show so far.
There you go.
This is no choose your own adventure story. You can turn to page 85. It turns out I fucked your mother.
Killing. And then he felt it.
Whispered in my ear.
Here it goes. You got to wait for
You
the
missed it.
comeback.
Mom's dead, bud.
Mother's dead, bud.
Mother's dead, bud.
Oh my God. Check and mate.
And then he just waits. He just sits there. It doesn't hurt anymore.
You got to wait for him to come up. He's getting ready for a good line.
Okay. That guy better get the fuck out of here right now, or I will call the police. Because that's assault.
Cunt. That's assault.
That is
Cunt.
assault.
Mom's
Tell you
dead,
what,
bud.
It's not the most masculine way to handle it.
Read the room.
It's not the most masculine way to handle it. I don't know if jumping in the audience is the right answer either.
Just
But
clutching and then taking a little extra time to think of a good
No, I just-
comeback.
yeah, you would've thought of
That's
the
all.
good-
That's
yeah.
my favorite part of the comics. We'll get that no one else will understand it.
Yeah.
Is that when he goes down, he goes, the pain is minimal. The adrenaline's going. The pain is minimal. It's sitting there going like,
What are we going with?
Jay,
there's another step here. I just don't know what it is. I remember that when I got into the fight at CB's Comedy Club and I went off the stage at the guy, it was every step, every footstep I took towards the guy, I was like, is this happening? He's gonna turn. Something that's like, no. And then when you get there, you're like, we're here. I gotta do the thing. It's like it's such a weird reaction.
Why did you? Well, I kind of remember that, but why did you go with the guy at CB's? For what reason?
It was such a stupid pissing contest that I thought was not going to get physical until it did.
That's what you saw happen to me.
They saved these people in the room. That's always like they're like, hey, these people were terrible, so we saved them for you to do your thing. And it's just like, you can kick them out. Like you don't have to. You don't have to. I know it's like you say, oh, it's nice. They're like, oh,
We're
it'll
doing
be
you
fun.
the favor.
It'll be fun to watch you like rip them apart. And it's like, sure, it could be, but it's like if you know they're a problem before I go on, like,
Right.
feel free to kick them out.
Yeah.
yeah. You don't. I don't.
Somebody
need that.
runs a club, they understand that.
Yeah. Jen-
A lot of them don't. That's a
No,
pretty-
they will. They'll try to save them for some. I've heard of headlining clubs I've done where they go, there's a bachelorette party that's just out of control, but like I'm trying to have them hang in there so you can get to them. And I'm like, if they're being twatty and shitty to the staff, and I'm like, get rid of them.
And also just talking the whole time.
Yeah, like don't fuck up other people's sets because you think it's going to be fun if I get. But anyway, I got these like frat dudes that were just like fucking being like dicks.
Oh yeah.
And then I was just like, I was fucking with them, and it was like fun. And they were actually being like, they were laughing at themselves to a degree. But then it was getting like a little serious. And then the other people in the audience literally go, come on, man, we want to hear your jokes. And I was like, this is so many years ago. But I was like, oh yeah. I was like, all right. I go, guys. I was like, guys, can you just like keep it down? Like, just keep it down for the next like 10 minutes. Let me do some jokes because these people do want to see a comedy show too. And the guy was like, it's not going to happen, bro. And I was like, and then I went, and then I was like, well, then they're gonna kick you out. And he was like, it's not going to happen either, bro. And I was like, no, it'll happen. I go, there's someone going to kick you out, or I'll kick you out if it's worth it. You guys. And I was like, or you could just sit here and be cool. And the guy's like, bro, it ain't gonna happen. And I go, no. And then he stood up. He just like stood up in his chair. And then I was like, well, that's the mark of like, oh, and there's no security there. So you're just like, I was like, so my hair was still long. I remember putting my hair back and walking off stage. And I went over to, as I'm going over to them, the guy's like, what's up, dude? And as I'm getting towards him, I'm like, I guess we're doing a fucking thing here. Like we're in it. And I just, when I got there, I just hit him first. Fucking like,
remember the guy you hit that?
Then the cops all fucking came in there and took
the guy
away.
hit the ground, got back up, and he goes, "That's assault."
That's assault.
He goes, 1 second. Do you remember when
I know Wayne tackled my arm from really probably hurting that guy bad on the ground, and I was like, good. It was good. The whole thing was so dumb and like just dick wagging like shit.
Yeah.
And fuck those guys. But I'm saying at the same time, it was funny because when they pulled me off the guy, I remember Wayne was standing in front of me. And like there was still so much chaos happening. Those guys were getting like the 4 guys were getting thrown out, or they were whatever it was. And Wayne's kind of doing like the Jay, like calm down, you man. And I was already behind him, like laughing, like I was like reaching around him, like tapping his back. I'm like, I'm fine, dude, I'm fine. And as soon as 3 seconds later, I was like, what the fuck was that? Like I was so stupid. I should have never got off stage. The whole thing's dumb. But like
getting off stage.
No, that I know exactly what you're talking about. That felt like that one that you were at. I did not feel that way at all with that fucking guy at the cellar. When
oh no,
dude,
that was different.
That's the only time I've ever felt where I didn't have the feeling you're talking about. The only time I ever felt like that, because I just heard my ear pop. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But wait. Remember the ski trip that we were at where the kid rubbed it like?
Yeah.
Dude, we did a ski trip. Was it with Larry Bia?
Yeah.
Larry Bia?
Yeah.
And
a million.
I love it.
He was the original Nipsey Hussle when we played basketball.
Yeah.
That was his nickname.
I love it.
He was, I just love the day God gave you. He was always very positive.
He's super positive.
So, and at a ski trip.
I love some new chick and it'd be just loving life.
Well, it was in a ballroom floor.
Yeah.
There was no stage.
It was, ironically, maybe one of the first, these ski trip shows were put together through Black Comedy Circuit. And
you thought it was a black ski trip beat, right?
They always are. They always were. They're always black ski trip. They're always black audiences.
Ski trip. And then you realize,
who are these Will Smith's parents?
No, do you know what it is?
No one. Yeah,
it's a poor people drinking convention.
It's an orgy.
They were an orgy.
I mean, it's not. They go there. They all just like hook up and fuck, and no one skis. Like they just go and they party in a hotel. They
there's
drunk.
one of the girls that's skiing.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. For sure. But they.
Wait, Larry Bia went first. Okay.
This one was all white.
Yeah.
And not good.
Yeah, it's like you want to go to a poor people drinking party, like
maybe,
and do comedy at it.
Also, do you want to stop? Also, do you want to? And this was always the case. Do you want to stop them from just partying and mingling?
Right.
And then
I'd rather go to the party.
Yeah, and then go.
You probably have a great time with them.
And then they go, "Hey, organize real quick, everybody! Like we have to now sit and like pay attention to something instead of trying to get laid."
And then we have to participate in, not where you just go, "Okay, let him do it."
Do you know what job I would like to have? Is you ever see Eyes Wide Shut?
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember Eyes Wide Shut?
The guy that puts the masks on.
Well, Tom Cruise gets the tip. He meets a piano player in the bar, and then he tells him about the orgy. And so it's all the masks, and the guy's there blindfolded playing piano, like the stand-up comedian of that. Like they blindfold you and you just tell jokes while people fuck.
People used to do stand-up at the orgy club in Toronto. That was like a big
during
thing.
The orgy?
No, but pretty close because some girls nude. They'd be kind of sitting on a guy's lap with they'd be getting a kicking because it would be like couches at the swingers club. By the way, gross people. This is
do you think people that are gonna have like chiggers or skin mites from like leather that has fluids in it?
I assume super attractive swingers like have a hard time hooking up sometimes because that community is probably filled more with very unattractive people.
Oh, hugely gross. And one of the comics, he said he's like decent looking dude, and he like ended up going back with some of the swingers who, he's probably like 28 at the time. These people are 80. Yeah. And he said he fucking had sex with the one girl, like, a girl named Deborah sort of situation. And he goes, the husband was beside him and giving him like, Yeah, get it in her. Oh, yeah.
He likes it like that, pal. That's the stuff, hey?
In small town like Canada, fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Put a finger in her butt, bud.
Do you remember, do you remember the
toss her over
in the Bruno movie where he's at that orgy and he keeps telling the guy to look him in the eyes?
Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me. Look at me. look at me. No, don't look at me.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's I think it's probably like for older sex addicts.
If they're not gross people, then they're millionaires.
Maybe
like
that's,
if you're
maybe that's why
really
you're
rich,
going.
I think it
I don't think
gets.
it's for gross people. I think there's probably a lot of really attractive people, but it's got to be such. They keep their circles small.
Yeah.
Because if you just go to if you're a super attractive swinger couple and you go, we're going to a swingers party, you're probably going to be the best looking people. Do you know what I mean? Like odds are.
But even an age thing, it's like, everyone's 50, 60s. It's a.
Well, because I don't think it would be. I think people do wild sex shit. Obviously, when they're younger, I think it's just more born on the spot. A bar conversation, a club situation, a friend of a friend, a girl who's got a hot girlfriend and whatever. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I think when it's older, it's just kind of you're looking down your reader glasses and be like, it looks like there's something down in Franklin Square this weekend. You want to go, hon? My period should be over by then.
Was there a friend? Wouldn't her period have been over?
Yeah, it was over 20 years ago.
In Franklin Squares where they had the orgies. I guess that probably is. Ben Franklin was a big orgy guy.
Oh,
he
yeah.
probably did.
Yeah.
Wild motherfucker.
Yeah, that's his big. All the fun, the famous, Ben Franklin fart essays and shit. He was
the first key party.
I wanted to pitch a show called Young Ben Franklin, starring Big J as young Ben Franklin. And he had long hair. Because I'm watching a thing about Ben Franklin on History Channel, and he's from Philly. He's got this chick. She's not his wife, but he lives with her. And then he's fucking this other chick down the street and has he's basically Philly trash.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guy got lightning to strike a kite, went down to a key,
and he
threw
was
that key right into a fishbowl.
Yeah.
Hey, that one's me. If anybody wants a shot the title.
Yeah. So it's Big J is like a South Jersey Philly person who also invents things.
You got a little layer.
If Ben Franklin had been born and raised today, he would have many of the same tattoos.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Marilyn Manson lyrics.
Oh, dude, I want to see. Do you see a guy that tattooed the Juggalo make shit on his face?
I did see that.
And they had.
He's very serious, Jay, and he's very he's got a big nose and a head. And he goes, yeah, this was a mistake, and
oh, really?
Yeah, he goes. It has prevented me from some employment. It is not good. It is not a good.
Because the guy was. I saw it from a Segura clip with what is it called, Your Mom's House, and they're talking to the guy, and Segura's like, don't they know that you wash the makeup off your face? You're not even copying your.
Juggalos get the tattoos though. They almost don't have anything to do with ICP at some point. They're like ICP
it's bigger
for soft juggalos.
No, it's about the great Malenko.
Yeah.
Wait, what is he? Yeah,
this is the guy. Yeah.
It looks like he was.
What the? And you're just now thinking of this?
Shaggy 2 Dope doesn't fuck with it.
Look, dude, you probably weren't going to have a decent life if you were capable of doing this. You know what I mean?
I think this guy works at the plant now. He's got.
Well, listen, it says the sentiment is always sweet, but there's someone got an LOS down the side of their face tattoo, and you're like, don't, dude. I love you. Thank you for caring that much, but get a hat.
Hey, I have merch.
yeah, get a hat, man.
I hate to be the one to say it to that guy where he's like, I can't get a job. He's like, I mean, I hate to state the obvious, but have you tried being a clown?
Have you thought about Mime Academy?
So speaking of clowns, so you've ever heard of that famous French clown? All right, I don't know how. I guess I have to text you how to spell this. There's a famous French clown school where the main clown is from. His name's Gallier. Will you put French clown? I don't know how to spell Gallier.
I don't know how to spell clown.
Is it Philippe Gallier?
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. So we were making fun of.
Gaillard. I thought it was Gillard or whatever.
Oh, you are from you're from Canada, and you know. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm thinking of.
You could be right.
No, I'm thinking it's not.
You
Philly.
get a picture of him up because
Lebozo?
He does pranks.
No, he runs it's like a UCB, but it's of this guy. So he's the ultimate like. So Sasha went to him. I know he never told me about it.
I knew that,
but that's it's like a UCB of being a clown to do like that fucking French.
Yeah, well, it's the art of clowning.
Dude, Kyle,
that is a
who's
real
that
thing.
French comic?
I've read a bunch of that shit.
You're from Canada. We get who's that French guy that's here? Gad
Emmerich.
Yeah, he's like famous.
Gad Elama?
Fucking Kyle made me laugh so hard because he goes, yeah, they all do like this French, like they have like a clown, like they study. He goes, I dropped my pencil. It is over here. Yeah, he does it so funny.
And they kick the pencil?
And they kick the pencil.
Yeah, Soder, because you and Soder both made me laugh so hard about the Montreal Festival. And when you get there for the shows on the first week, and you're like, I'm sick of listening to whimsy, to comical whimsy. And Dan goes, and he's so right. He goes, when you watch that French comedy, he goes, if you had completely understanding of this, it would suck dick. Whatever. It's always like, they always go, oh, Jean, I thought about you, the bottle.
They make like whistle.
And you're like, what the fuck would this be in English?
Try to have sex with the French girls. They do that the whole time. They go,
Wait, okay. Can you put the video of this guy, Gallier?
That's exactly what they say.
Wait, I want to
start blowing a balloon. He goes,
They're wearing pilot goggles for no reason.
Even the hot girls sound like that.
Wait, so if you get the video of the guy talking, because that thing you were just doing, you kind of were doing, because you have to see how he trains them. He's like, okay, look at here he is being mean
when
to.
audience laugh, your clown is not so far. You give who among these two persons as an hostage.
He's like the Tom Hanks in League of Their Own coach. He barely cares. He's like drinking. No, he's sneaking flask drinks everywhere. He goes, do the nose again.
That is a disgrace to the nose. He takes their nose, tosses it in the garbage.
Yeah, you saw that they wear the nose around their neck.
Oh, they haven't earned it yet?
Dude, okay.
That's your. But what belt clown are you?
Yeah, he's. Okay,
they start with a blue nose.
That guy is such. He's such the master. You see, he only has little red glasses. He's such a master clown. He no longer needs a nose. like Neo. Like
yeah, you still see the nose even though it's not there.
He said, Kyle, somebody says
I have become the clown.
Fucking Michael Malice goes, when the time is right, you won't have to dodge the pies. Okay, so we were making fun of him on Rogan, okay, and this dude, he knows someone that went to that clown school. A friend of mine texted me, and he goes, my wife's friend just got back from studying with that French clown guy. Oh, yeah. Last week.
French clown guy.
Remy Gaillard. That's the guy that I'm thinking of. Fucking that guy kind of rules.
And said it was the worst experience ever. I'd heard it was culty, but I thought like UCB culty.
Do you know this new thing where to be a clown, you got to let this guy molest you for a month straight?
So the school is a straight up cult, and the guy's technique is to recruit young girls from his school to have three-ways with his wife.
It's always pussy. Even clown school, it's always pussy, saying, like I said.
You were just saying.
For a first lesson, wow.
Wait. She was supposed to be there. And you have to fuck him and his wife. She was supposed to be here another month, but left because it was way too fucked up.
Yeah.
I guess he was actively stalking several former students, and she got scared he was going to focus his clown energy on her.
Hey, Kirk, we just move on. This is really going to interfere with me and Christine's small clown academy we have up in the village here. Small clown academy.
Dude, do you know how great that is? Because we're in the questions.
It's not big. We're not a university.
Why aren't there more women clowns? Because of the toxic male clowns. Like he has the thing how girl clowns aren't funny. They don't know the nose because I do this to get laid. They do not need to clown.
Yes. How come you're not a working clown? He goes, I'm a straight white clown, man. What are you gonna do? Nobody wants straight white clown. Straight white clowns days are over, buddy. You better be a gay black clown if you want to fucking clown in this town.
You better be a clown with one. Actually, that's what all the people. Ironically, because that guy with that makeup, the future to get hired at any high prestige thing is to look like a clown, like pink hair.
Yeah.
One side, some crazy, a ludicrous gender.
Yeah.
Like bug is my pronoun. Do you see that one?
No.
That's it, dude. Whatever Libs of TikTok is called, and I don't think they're like libs. I think it's the libs' children is what I get. And it's like all kids. Like,
no, they have.
It's
TikTok
like imagine
some great ones.
It's all kids lecturing you about their fucking insane thing. They're genders that aren't genders. Like one guy's
also
a tree.
people that believe you're like, it's like, what do you identify as? You're like a man. They're like, okay, well I gotta ask. I'm like, or you could just looked at me
Who said
and
I
talked to
gotta
me for
ask?
5 seconds.
This is
I'm
only
people
5
in general.
seconds. This is only 5 seconds long, but good news.
You know that straight men can have sex with men
Yeah.
and not be gay?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's called prison.
That's
dude.
all I need. I turned it off after that. I don't care what the rest
No,
of
that guy doing that video.
That's all I need. Thank you. Clip. Archive.
Oh,
send to dad.
Yo, dude,
We can still have a catch pop.
I played this for somebody. They didn't think it was that funny, but I thought it was so funny. Norm Macdonald he has an album of like, remember the Adam Sandler sketch
Love
album?
that album.
So I didn't even like all the sketches, but the one made me laugh was like the first 2 gay guys in history.
Yeah.
I think it's Will Ferrell, and he's doing that fucking Cubs voice of the Cubs,
yeah,
but it's a
yeah.
different guy. They'll talk about it, they want to have sex, and they're like, well, there's no women around. And he goes, well, there's some way we could have sex without women. There's this long thing where they're figuring it, and then he goes, let's get naked and have sex. And you hear like this thumping, like, I don't know. Do you have a vagina by any chance? Like, yeah. Is this the first 2 gay guys?
These albums are kicked so much.
Okay, look, this is long,
And
but I
today,
think
every gay
the
man
end,
owes a
to me,
tremendous
was
debt
so
to
fucking
these
funny.
2 visionaries. This is the story
Mr.
of Bill Delaney
Fantastic was
and
another good
Fred
one.
Yeah.
Henderson, the world's first 2 gay men. Thursday, March 26, 1954, 5 o'clock p.m.
Man, what a great game.
Exciting football.
Hey, Fred, does it get any better than this? I mean, we got football on the big screen TV. We got steaks fresh off the barbecue, cold beer, you know? Hey, all we're missing is sex with women. You read my mind. Sex with women is the greatest, isn't it?
Are you kidding me? I love sex.
Yeah. When you say you love sex, you mean you love sex with women, right?
Well, I love sex, and you can't have sex without a woman, right?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But imagine if you could. How crazy would that be?
Oh, my God. That would be the greatest. Sex, but no women. That would be like the best of both worlds. And I like women. Don't get me wrong. I just find them sexually repulsive.
Yeah, you and me both. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Hey! Wait a minute.
it drags out a while.
I'm
But
not thinking here. I mean,
Oh,
why
it's a
don't we have
5-minute
sex
sketch.
right
You
now?
just jump ahead a bit for
You want me to
broadcasting
Skip to
purposes.
the part.
Broadcasting purposes.
wait.
Do I what?
Do you have a vagina?
Okay, this is.
Oh, no. No, it's too crazy.
Well, come on. What is it?
It'd never work.
Does it involve my ass?
Yeah, it does, sort of. Well, all right, I'll give it a shot. Come on over here. Bring your ass over.
Okay. Here it is.
Okay.
Here's my ass.
Okay. Let me just try this here.
Okie dokie.
Hey, that feels great.
Oh, my God! Oh, dear Lord!
Listen to what Norm
Oh,
says.
God, mother of all things holy!
I like it.
Please let this nightmare stop! Oh, my ass is fire!
It's nice, you know?
My ass is fire!
No women.
Oh, my ass is no more! It has been replaced by fire! Oh,
This is... Hey,
Oh!
what's that sound?
I'm not sure, but I think it was anal tearing! My anus is being torn to shreds!
Oh, okay, great.
Oh!
I thought it was just me, you know? I thought I was hearing things or something.
Please, I'm begging you to stop! Your unrelenting sexual pounding has turned my ass...
The thing is, makes me honestly go, that's nice.
He goes, that's nice.
He does that the whole week. So then there's another track and skips down, and it's just a continuation.
I'm screaming.
Yeah, like, you can't see my tears because I am not facing you.
Those albums kicked so much ass.
Yeah, I know. I honestly, God, like, if you like, I saw like, I don't know how many little things you'd see that would be like anti-Norm Macdonald. Have you seen that? Be like, well,
Yeah, there's a few.
we can't forget. You've seen any of that?
No, really? People are coming at him? Or...
Yeah, of course.
I didn't see that coming, actually. I thought he was pretty relatively respected.
Oh yeah, all the people. It doesn't matter that anybody did.
Just to get some attention.
You heard of Twitter?
But the thing is,
let me show you something.
The famous people, like Norm's one of the last people they tolerated who was a real comic in the.
They weren't happy with him. He just wasn't, they wasn't.
And now he can,
when he had his Netflix show, he had a member go on the apology tour. It's like they've been.
Yeah, right. That's what's sickening seeing. Like he was the best. Oh, really? You had your fucking mouth shut when
Yeah.
He got, for being the exact same thing that you say privately love, but you probably like. But I, of course, would never take a chance again. Dude, I saw him slamming Seth Meyers. Is so good. It's not even because he told us about Alec Baldwin wanting to fuck. He goes, Alec Baldwin's trying to hang out with the guys at SNL kind of. And he goes, I give him my left arm to fuck that chick. And Nora's like, well, you probably could just ask her. And then the next thing in the compilation. This is all on I'm Not Norm, but it's that Seth Meyers in an interview. It's like Norm's the funniest, but there's some things you probably shouldn't tell. A real company man.
Yeah.
This is pre-Me Too, obviously, because now he'd be like, you should. And then the next thing is someone telling that to Norm. He goes, yeah, I know. Before I try to do anything funny, I first go, what would Seth Meyers do? I mean, holy shit. That's that's the most brutal fucking thing. Because literally no one would ever say that.
Yeah. What's Seth Meyers' take on all this?
That's kind of the girl thing he says.
Let's get the Meyers take.
He goes, if you're... When Howard Stern says her girl's funny, and he goes, well, I just remember when I was at school, everyone would be laughing about everything, and you see a crowd of people just dying of laughing, and you go, oh, who's laughing? What's so funny? I gotta go over, and you run over, and who do you see in the middle of that circle abroad?
And so him putting somebody on the spot, I think Jim Downey of like, oh yeah, name 5 great women writers. And then Jim Downey's just like trying to remember. You go, that's weird. You can't. It was like brutal. It's so putting someone on the spot.
It's awful. Yeah.
It's so goddamn funny to do that.
Yeah, they went through all those things. I saw the thing with Courtney Thorne Smith on Conan.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Chairman of the board, and he's like, I bet it's spelled Bored.
Quickest.
Yeah, well, my favorite thing is him and Super Dave, where he's giving some joke about
Super Dave kicks.
I can't even make a joke. It sounds so much worse, but something about like gold chains, something for a faithful slave, and Super Dave like, no, you didn't say that.
Dude, I listened today on if anyone is serious listening on the newest Sternthology. They played Norm Macdonald. He came in 2016, and he just ends his. He's there for like an hour and a half, and he ends it on like an 8-minute joke. He goes, I'm just going to tell you a street joke. And he does the dirty joke. He goes, remember the dirty Johnny jokes? And he's got this long, he just goes nowhere. It's just like such a long, long road to nowhere. It's like basically goes like, tell him to tell, he goes, everybody in the class had to tell a story with a moral, And he goes, and little Jennifer got up and she's like, her dad works at the hatchery. He was driving, and some of the eggs, it's like the eggs, and it's like they broke before don't count your eggs before they hatch.
Was that the whole thing?
No.
Oh.
That was like the first thing.
Yeah, right.
So he does a whole thing to get to that.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and another girl raised their hand and says, my father also works at the hatchery. He goes, a lot of people worked at the hatchery in this town. And he goes, and she tells the story, and it's like, whatever, another like egg analogy, whatever, like, and don't count your chickens or whatever. And he goes, all right, then Dirty Johnny stands up, and she goes, God damn it. All right, Dirty Johnny, what's your story? He goes, well, mine's not about anyone at the hatchery. He goes, my story's about my Uncle Terry. Uncle Terry didn't work at the hatchery. In fact, he didn't like people who did. Uncle Terry was in Vietnam. And he just goes, he talks about he goes, how people desert the military sometimes? He goes, well, have you ever heard of a battalion deserting a man? 'Cause that's just what they did to old Uncle Terry. And he goes, he woke up in the morning and they left him 3 bottles of Jack Daniels, some ammunition. He goes, and he downed one of the bottles of Jack Daniels and went to the closest thing. He goes, and he didn't know if this village was Charlie or the very people he was sent to protect from Charlie. And he downed one. He goes, but he had to do something, so he took one last swig of that Jack Daniels, and he goes, he opened up fire with those 2. He gave the name of the guns or something. He goes, and he he just waved it back and forth the way a farmer operates a scythe. He goes, killing every man, woman, and by God, even the children. He goes, and then he laid there, and the blood and mud and guts, and he grazed his hand across the front of his pants and realized there was a wet spot. And he goes, and he really realized that he was shameful because he had urinated himself out of fear. But upon closer inspection, he noticed that it wasn't urine at all, but ejaculate. He goes, and the shame was immediately replaced with pride. He goes, and then the teacher goes, Jesus Christ, Jimmy, what the fuck is the story? What could the moral of the story possibly be? And he goes, well, I guess don't mess with Uncle Terry when he's had a few. It's 8 minutes. He goes, when he's got a few in him, don't mess with Uncle Terry. It goes nowhere on purpose. I tell you, when he he went on, I was headlining in Vancouver one time. He was in another club, and he came by, and he was like, I'm going to go on after at the end of the show, which I didn't give it. I was like, great, that's awesome. He went on, dude. He went on for like 45 minutes, just walking the crowd. I did my whole headline set, so it wasn't like it was a short show. It had already been there for like an hour and a half show. And then he went on. Dude, they were leaving because at one point, probably 10 minutes into it already, he just goes, I was buying an apple today, and there's so much to choose from now. I thought apples were just apples when I was younger, but now there's a Fiji, Golden Delicious. And he did that for 15 minutes till everybody left. He just kept naming apples. He's like, Honey Crisp, I think there is there. Did I say Fiji?
Fuck.
Granny Smith? There's a whole range of green ones.
Yeah, you remember the story that the roast, like, I saw somebody bring it up when he, like
Bob Saget.
Yeah, he did like he's doing like nice jokes and like, Did you know that was because he was mad because they wouldn't let him out of his contract because that's when Artie tried to kill himself.
Yeah,
and so he tried to like he tried to have like shitty jokes to fuck it up.
Yeah,
but they were like funny, like it was like really funny.
Yeah,
they were like what Andy Samberg.
Yeah, what was that? Somebody goes, he's something like a pigeon and he does something else like a crow. This man is for the birds.
I gotta wrap up. I gotta go to that show. All right, we got to promote.
I got dates coming. I'm doing New York, October 21st. I'm also doing Chicago, Austin, Plano, Bloomingfield, and some others. But yeah, October 21st, New York, doing a taping here, so come through.
What's your deal?
Big J Comedy. For all my dates, tons of stuff coming up the rest of the year. Portland, Miami. I'll be in Long Island this weekend if you're listening live. Is this a live show? Okay. Well,
no.
You probably won't know this then. But Legion of Skanks, Bonfire, of course. That's all.
Yeah, Bonfire's great, dude. Yeah, KurtMetzgerComedy.com is where all my dates are. And go to, I think Kyle put up Starboat, the first one, which is the Biden Star Trek that he made.
Starboat.
Yeah, Starboat.
Because Biden's so funny.
Yeah, him as Captain Kirk is really...
I still, man, you guys put out the thing that the first, like, gut laugh fun I had in the beginning of quarantine was that the original Cuomo one you guys did.
The
Polish car wash.
No, the Polish.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what.
The Polish car wash. We were like trying to figure out what to call it. We laughed so hard at Polish car wash. Do you know what a Polish car wash?
No, but I've seen the episode.
Yeah, the guy slaps his dick on the customer's heads. It's called a Polish car wash.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He goes, "Hey, Gramps." It's all those little things he captures. You know what I mean?
Well,
it's very popular.
Biden's crew gets they encounter like a space blob, and it looks like Michael Jackson. I keep saying Michael McJackson.
Michael McJackson.
Yeah, and he takes over the ship, and they have to lure him. I mean, spoiler alert. He eventually defeated it because Joe Biden sniffs and molests Michael Jackson until he leaves. Maybe I should spoil, but
yeah, so much for having a me night with it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh shit.
That's a show.
No,
Thanks,
your other ones have been getting so elaborate too. The when you do the I don't know what the show would be. What's this show called? I guess it's the Stallone. But then the characters keep switching and there's all the crossovers.
No, now it's Kyle Dunnigan's show.
Yeah.
Because Stallone.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's right.
It's funny. Stallone didn't. It only got a certain amount, but people like who liked it. But he had he has all these things where it's like really dedicated, and they're mad at the other. So it was like, how do you make that into a show? And then we kind of just easily could take the Stallone one because it's live. So we got pre-taped stuff to cover him changing costumes.
Oh, it's so funny.
And then we got to go back to this because the Star Trek thing took fucking forever. It's really like, we don't got to do this. All right. That's our show. All right. Thanks, guys.
Because I can't get right. Because I can't get right. Yeah. You're listening to Can't Get Right.